Hey team, welcome back to the second installment in the Lanky Lifter tier list series. So today's episode...
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Today's installment will be about arms. Arms being the biceps, the triceps, and the forearms. I've already done one video on the lower body, so if you haven't already seen that, check it out. It's already on my channel. So, you ask why? Why, Matt? Why are you doing this tier list series? Well, I'm a recreational lifter. I'm also 6'2", and I have long limbs. And I want to help out my fellow tall brethren. And even if you're not tall, if you're a coach and you coach tall people with long limbs, long femurs, long arms, or even just like, you can get shorter guys with long limbs and long arms, so it's not the end of the world. So you will learn something from this tier list series. So I'm compiling this series together from my personal bias of what has helped me grow the most in the past couple of years. A quick run through of the tier list system that I have, and it is 3 tiers. We have the top tier, which is Hugh Jackman, and then we have the second tier, which is DMX, and then we have the bottom tier, which is Trailer Trash tier. So obviously the top tier is my best lifts, and the bottom tier is my worst lifts, essentially. And now you're asking, Matt, what makes a great exercise? Well, I'm going to rate these based on a few things, so be quite quick about this. One, it has to be quite joint friendly, so it has to feel pretty good on my elbows if it's an arm movement. 2, it has to be super spammable and has variations that I can also spam over time. When I mean spamming, I mean just kind of be able to reprogram the exercise and progressively overload it over a long term. So running maybe double progression, dynamic double progression on the exercise, and then every 6 to 8 weeks I'll swap it out to a different variation and still be able to progress in the same movement pattern, which is awesome. And 3, it's super bro, but like it has to give me a good pump. Like if I'm training arms and I don't get a good pump, like it's not even worth living. Jokes. Anyway, let's get into the tier list. Right, so we're back in the bro cave. So first of all, we're going to kick it off with the triceps. And first up, we have the long rope tricep pushdown. So this is just pretty much where you get 2 of your standard ropes in the gym, connect them up to a high anchor point, and you kind of hinge into a position and you just do the pushdown. For me personally, being quite tall, I have to hinge quite a lot. It just ends up being a kickback. And it does feel good, you get a nice contraction on it, and it feels pretty good in the elbows, but I don't know. I've only been running it for a couple of weeks now, and it feels okay. I'm going to run it for a few more weeks, see what happens, but I'm going to just put it in the DMX tier for now. It's definitely a good one if you have elbow problems, which you probably see is going to be a common theme of quite a lot of these exercises. So next we have the cross body tricep pushdown. So I actually got this from Alberto Numez. He programs this for some of his lifters that do have elbow pain, and people generally love it. So I tried it and it's okay. It was a good variation to the standard single neutral grip pushdown that I do quite often, and yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna put it in front of the dual rope pushdown. Next, we got the standard bread and butter rope pushdown. So this movement gets quite a lot of hate because people are like, well, you can't load it as much. But I reckon it generally just feels quite nice. And I feel like you can program it in a bit longer than a standard rope or a V-bar pushdown. I don't know, man. You can't go wrong with it. And every gym has one, pretty much. So just do them. Do your rope pushdowns somewhere in your program and you'll get some good gains out of it. I'm going to put that in the DMX. Yeah, actually no, we'll put it in the, go on, put it in the Hugh Jackman, go on. Right, next we have the single overhead extension variations. So this one is seated with a dumbbell, which I think looks really cool. I programmed for a bit. I was doing this while I had some tricep tendonitis, and it did feel pretty good because you can kind of just change like the angle, what feels good for you, and you get a really good stretch on it. And I did progress it really well till the point where my tendonitis was getting quite bad. I don't think it was from this exercise, but yeah, I had to kind of switch it out. But it's a really good exercise. I'm going to put it in the DMX tier in front of the unilateral crossbody. Next we have the cable. The cable is actually really good. It kind of looks, I don't think it looks as cool as the dumbbell, but yeah, I'm going to just put it next to it. And you can kind of change up the angles as well a bit and just play around with it and see what works for you. Next we got just a standard neutral grip single arm You don't even need an attachment for this. You just kind of grab onto the ball end of the cable and just go at it. And you can kind of try different. You can lean into it. You can stand up a bit more upright, and it's pretty much a variation when you do that. It's pretty cool. I'd give that a go. It's definitely pretty good to progress it, and it's a good unilateral movement. I'm actually gonna put it in the Hugh Jackman because I do it a lot, and it's really progressible, and you can just reprogram it over and over again pretty much. Same with the D handle. To be honest, I actually kind of find the D handle one a lot better. I actually kind of feel like it just feels a lot cooler. You can get like right over it and just like press it down, and it feels awesome. I'm gonna put that on the Hugh Jackman too, actually. Oh, do I like it more than the standard rope? No, I'll put it next to it. Oh, next, this is a new one. I actually really like this one. So I've been trying this a while. So I got this one from Dr. Mike, actually. He did a video where he was showing this guy on how to do skull crushers, but you don't do them the standard one where you kind of go behind your head. It's kind of just more to your neck and like your chin, and you drive your elbows kind of towards your hip. So you break at the elbows and go down, and it feels awesome, man. And you get like an insane stretch. And if you wanted to, you could probably do partials on it, but that's totally up to you. I've been putting this on my arm day after I do some tricep pushdowns on the dip machine, and that feels awesome. Yeah, I'd definitely give it a go if you have some elbow pain from just standard skull crushers with like an easy bar or something. So give it a go, man. I'm going to put it in the Hugh Jackman too, it's awesome. I'm going to put it in front of the single arm. And also, it's like you can easily progress it with just little bits and plates here and there throughout the weeks. Right, next we have the straight bar pushdown. So when I was doing these the first time, I actually had tricep pain from, I think it was just an overuse injury / I was doing way too much volume in the program I was doing, and me being long arms, I get a lot of tricep volume from doing just standard compounds like bench press, like a wide grip bench or medium grip bench press. I get quite a lot of tricep activation out of that, and yeah, I don't know, it feels good. You can progress it pretty well, the straight bar. I'm going to have to give it another go. I'm going to put in the DMX tier for now. I might change my mind on it, who knows. Next we got the tricep dip machine. So you got Rich Piana doing it here. I actually got this idea from him. So you see this machine in a lot of the gyms. Nobody hardly ever uses it other than like newbies or like the older folk. And I actually think it's a really good machine. Like I get like an insane pump off it when I use it. And you can kind of like change the grip width of it on the machine I have. It's like a matrix one. You can flip it in and out. And also, if you're doing it a bit lighter, you can sit a bit more straight and take out your front delts a bit more. So it's just pretty much just straight up tricep in isolation when you do that. But when you're a bit heavier, it kind of pushes you into the seat. But yeah, I'd give that a go. Like, it's definitely a good opener exercise to an arm day. Because on some of my arm days, I actually kind of like doing more of like a tricep focused or a bicep focused compound lift, if that makes sense. So yeah, give that a go, and it's definitely pretty progressible, and you can progressively overload it pretty easy, adding reps and different rep ranges as well. You could even do it as a finisher at the end of your arm day and just rep blast, pump blast it out. I actually really like it. I'm gonna put it up next to the rope. Next is the V bar pushdown. First time I ever did this, it really hurt my elbows, but I think that was due to the fact I had tendonitis at the time. But now I've been doing it in the past program that I'm running currently, and it seems to be it's just awesome, and I'm just progressing it, and it just feels cool as well. I don't know what it is, it just feels way cooler than a rope, so I'm gonna put it in front of the rope. Screw it, I'm gonna do it. Right, next is a bit of a cheeky one. I don't know if it's specifically an arm isolation, but this is the close grip bench press, and this has been awesome for me. Like, I've been running this, I was running around this for about 12 weeks, and I actually caught up to my bench press strength. I don't know if it's because I got long arms and having a slightly narrower grip just feels a bit more stable. But yeah, I'd give this a go. If you're tall and you got long arms, give the close grip a go. You could do it as like an assistance to your bench press, or if you don't do bench press, that's totally fine. You could do it on a Smith machine. I haven't tried that yet personally, but it'd probably be just as good. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to put it in front of the V-bar. Screw it. It's been really good for me. So next is the tricep rope overhead extension. So just the standard dual rope. This is an awesome exercise. The first time I programmed it in, I wasn't really doing it properly, but then I kind of figured it out for myself just by playing around with the way I have the tension on the rope, like just the specific way I was kind of like gripping it and letting it like go back, just keeping the tension on it, and it just felt awesome. And like fuck me, could progress it really well. So I'm gonna put it in front. I'm going to put it next to the V-bar. It's actually a really good movement. I'd give it a go if you've never tried it before. I'll put a clip of Jeffrey doing it. I think he does them quite a bit. But yeah. Next we have skull crushers with the dumbbells. Oh, this is a tough one because I really wish I could do these without hurting my elbows, but I feel like the elbow pain is a personal issue of mine. I feel like if you tried these on like a decline bench or something, maybe it would take it would be a bit easier on your elbows, and they look cool as well, and I wish I could do them, but I'm going to put them in trail trash. This is a personal bias of mine. Give them a go. If they don't hurt your elbows, there might be a huge acclimate for you if they try them. Next we got just the standard tricep dips. I'm going to put these in the DMX tier because I don't know, just for me they just feel weird and they like hurt my sternum and stuff, even when I kick straight up. I don't know if it's something I just need to build into and like start from the beginning. But yeah, I'm going to put them there for now. Right, next we got the John Meadows dual D-handle press down. I'll put a clip of him doing it if you've never seen this before. I tried this for a while and it did feel kind of cool, but like the D-handles kind of start rubbing against each other and like kind of crush my thumb a little bit. I think when he mentions in the comments of one of the videos that he did that he puts his thumbs together while he does it, but I just kind of felt really uncomfortable on my thumbs, so give them a go. They're definitely a good variation to a V-bar or a dual rope. I'm going to put them in the DMX tier. They're definitely not trail trash. Like I reckon higher, because I think he does them heavier reps, like a low rep range. But when I was doing them, I kind of started trying to spread them out and stuff, but I might try them again. They might work better with actually longer D handles. Next we have the tricep overhead extension with the easy bar. This like really hurt my elbows, and you need quite good mobility for it as well. So if you don't have good mobility for it, then yeah. But it's quite supersettable to the fact that like if you're doing preacher curls on a preacher curl bench, and then you superset, you can put your back against the preacher curl bench and then do the overhead extensions. So it's pretty good for that, but I would recommend doing press downs before you try them, just to warm your elbows up. I'm going to put them in DMX tier because I do really want to try them again once my elbows are a lot better. My elbows are way better than when I was doing them then, but for anyone that doesn't know, I broke my left elbow in the past, so that's mainly the reason why I have some issues. I know this is for more for tall people, but like, yeah, this is, as I say, this is a personal bias, a personal opinion on these. Alright. Next, we're going to get into biceps. So I have the dumbbell hammer curl. Dumbbell hammer curls they just feel cool, man. Like, I know Dr. Mike was shitting on them, but like, man, they just feel sick. Like even Eric Helms does them, so like, screw Dr. Mike, I guess. no shit, bro. Yeah, give them a go. Like hammer curls are great, and I think they're good for like grip strength as well. Because I feel like my left grip is just terrible. And doing these just feels great. I'm going to put them in the Hugh Jackman tier. Probably in front of the single arm. And there's a seated version as well. And the seated version is probably even better because you're a bit more stable. And you don't have the tendency to cheat. Well, you could still cheat if you like lean forward. And then kind of just like jerk them up. But yeah, if you're just starting out and you want a good hammer curl variation, the seated one's pretty cool. Verse curls. I actually think these are awesome. Like if you're a long-armed person, you've probably got long forearms as well. And doing these was going to blow up like the brachialis. And you've probably your forearm extensors as well. So I'd give that a go for sure. Reverse curl, it does look cool as well. You can do them at the end of like your upper day or something if you've planned an upper day in, or you could do them somewhere in your arms there. They're definitely a good bicep.
slash forearm movement. Oh, do I like them better than hammer curls? I'll put them in the middle. Right, next we got Phil Heath doing some incline curls. So incline curls for me, personally, they're good, but they get to a point where like I can't add weight or reps. They've got like a nasty ass sticking point on them. And I kind of prefer preacher curls. That's just me. I'm going to talk about that next because it's next up. But incline curls, I've tried a few different variations of them. They're definitely a good variation. If you say you're doing a preacher curl once a week, you could do the incline curls, or if you're doing some other curl, you could try them out. But just try them out, see if they work for you. I do like them; they are a good movement, but I feel like I can only run them for like 6 weeks or something without getting into like a sticking point. I'm gonna put them in a DMX tier, probably the top of the DMX. Right, next we have easy preacher curls. Easy bar preacher curls. Easy bar preacher curl is probably the best bicep movement for me personally, but best isolation. Like, I feel like most of my gains have probably come from preacher curls, and being the easy bar, you don't have to do 2 arms separately. You could just smash it away and then add little increment plates. It's just easy loadable as well. But the only problem is with the easy bar on a preacher curl bench is if you have long arms, you have to kind of get away from your armpits. So you have to bring your arms a bit more up on the pad, otherwise you're going to hit the pins. Which isn't a problem because it's still a variation, it still puts a massive stretch on your bicep. But like, probably shorter arm guys might get away with it a bit better because they won't hit the pins. But yeah, I still think it's a great loadable movement and you can progress really well with it and it just feels fucking cool. So I'm going to put these, any preacher curl is going to be at the top tier, man. Has to be. Single arm. The thing about single arm, if you have long arms, so you can put your armpit right up and fully isolate the bicep. And it's just a variation to try. And I don't mind doing them unilateral, so it's all fine. It's definitely a good one. Definitely check it out. Then there's the hammer curl version. I think that looks pretty cool as well, being a single arm, so give that a go. Definitely recommend all preacher curls for sure. And then you get the rope hammer curl. I know Jeffrey, GBS, really likes these, but and I tried these and I don't know, I don't really vibe with them that much. He does them kind of where he keeps the ropes together, and I was trying them with the spread and then that, but I don't know, it just kind of feels kind of weird. And also, it's kind of funny when Dr. Mike calls them the double toe curls. That's pretty crack up. I know I'm name dropping a lot of influences here, but whatever. Yeah, it's alright. You could try it, like if you're doing straight bar and you get sick of straight bar and like a straight bar cable curl or like an easy bar cable curl, you could swap them out for this and give it a go. But I'd probably put them in the DMX tier. Probably next to that unilateral crossbody. Right, next is close grip chin-ups. So this is close grip as in like get quite close and keep your elbows in. This is a really good opener for an arms day. I just feel it just looks cool as well. Any pull-up variation just looks cool, man. So give that a go. And it's nice to be able to do pull-ups when you're a bit heavier as well still. And if you're all bulking, like it's a good movement because each, every month or so you might have put on like half a kilo or less or whatever. And if you keep your pull-ups up or you're adding reps, that you're definitely getting stronger. And you can weigh yourself if you want to be really like dogmatic about it. But I don't know, close grip chin-ups, they're really cool. Put them in the Hugh Jackman tier. We should put them in the tricep dip machine. Alright, next is just the bread and butter bicep, standing bicep curls with the dumbbells. There's not really much to say apart from like you can do that anywhere, anyone can do it. Just fucking do your bicep curls, I guess. Just put them here, put them in there. There you go. There's not much to say. Easy bar bicep curls, they look cool as well. Just do easy bar bicep curls. I actually kind of like them better than dumbbell. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe once I get a bit bigger, I might start doing dumbbells because of just obstruction. Next is straight bar cable curl. I actually really like this. So a lot of people say it hurts your wrists, but the bar that in my gym has like 2 ends to it, and you can kind of like rotate your wrist a little bit, so it's kind of like an easy bar. And it just feels good, and you can like add load each week or reps depending on how well you're progressing with the movement. And it just feels great. I actually really like the cable curl. I'm going to put that next to the V-bar. Right, next we're going to work into some forearms to finish off. So first we have wrist curl dumbbell flexion. So that's just like training the muscle belly here. It's just, if you've got long arms, it's a no-brainer training your forearms, doing some additional work, because like most of your arm is probably going to be your forearm if you have long arms. So, and if you have big forearms, then it matches the rest of your arm, and it will obviously make you look stronger. And just like if you're in a t-shirt or something, it's going to make you look a lot better. So just do them. Gonna put them in the Hugh Jackman tier. Next is the extensors, wrist extensors. So this one was a good one when I was doing just for like rehab for my elbow and stuff. I don't know if you really need to do them, because a lot of pulling movements and such, you will, like a lot of back pulling movements and stuff, you will be training those extensors. Sorry, yawning half asleep. Saying those extensors. So I don't know, I'm going to put them in trailer trash, but like you could try them, see if they work for you. Zopman curls, similar situation. Just like, it's a good rehab tool, but trailer trash. Because you have to go really light with them, it's not really like a bicep curl. And I guess they kind of look cool, maybe, I don't know. Then we got the wrist axe, similar situation, more of a rehab movement. It kind of looks cool though. Maybe when you're an advanced lifter and you're just kind of nitpicking for like places where you can grow, maybe the wrist axe might come in a bit more into play. But if you do struggle with some grip issues, or you've had some injuries in the past, give the wrist axe a go. You can probably pick one up cheap from like China now or something on AliExpress. But finger curls, right? These last two, finger curls on the cable and just kind of sitting down or like leaning on a bench. Finger curls have been really good for me. Like, they're blowing up my forearms, man. Like, give them a go. I actually got from, I think the cable one was from Sam Sulik of all people. I don't really watch his channel much, but I saw a clip of him doing it. I was like, oh, that's a good variation to like the dumbbell or the cable. I mean the dumbbell or the strip bar, easy bar. So yeah, just do all the variations of the finger curl. I think I prefer them over just doing standard wrist curls. You get a crazy stretch and like a good pump. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in the Hugh Jackman tier. Yeah, and that's the end of the tier list. So thanks for coming along.